Guard your heart with all due diligence, because out of it they flow issues related to life. In this new series, which we began yesterday, we are discussing the discovery of our purpose by the way of the heart. There is basically no other way that you're going to do it. The heart is central to the discovery of your purpose and my purpose. The good news is that every one of us has a heart. So we need to learn how to navigate our lives with the heart, of course, taking our heads also. The question is, are we leaning on the heart or are we leaning on the head? Let's discuss that in this episode today. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Information clarity is one of the most important aspects of our lives. We are normally told that there are two important keys to success. Number one is knowing, and number two is being authentic to the knowledge. So we're told about the awareness and then authenticity. Those are the two aspects in terms of anyone who is going to be successful in their lives. This knowledge that I'm talking about, this awareness that I'm talking about is internal. It is by way of the heart. But also, you notice another internally placed source of information is the head, the intellect. When we are born, the intellect is not that developed. The only thing that is much developed, is developing, is the heart. And that's why we can be able to design, even if we're not able to speak. We're not able to decipher things. We're not able to communicate even as young kids. We can design hostility and we can design love and care. It is the heart that is at the center of that. When we come to purpose discovery, the heart must also be at the center of this. And the question is, how are you going to differentiate between the feedback that is to the heart and that feedback that is to the brain or to the head? There's a big difference there. As we grow up, for the most part, we tend to silence the heart and we start listening to the head a lot. In fact, by the way, today, most of the people who oppose the existence of God, they have silenced the heart, or they are in the process of silencing the heart. And they are saying the heart is fickle, I cannot trust what is in there. They want the head. That's why they are so big on asking for evidence. If God is there, why doesn't He just show up and tell us these things that, hey, I am here, and so on and so forth. And they could be having a point. But when you're asking that stuff, what is the heart communicating? Is in the heart a valid place where you get feedback for life, things that are related to life? When you go through a heartache, I just said it, or when you go through a crisis, or when you go through a setback, I know at some point in time we have been talking about mental health. Yeah, we've been talking about mental health a lot. Let me tell you something, friends. There is a very big play of the heart when you talk about mental illness. A very mightily big place of the heart. At some point in time, I know in this century is the mental illness, mental health that we are championing. there's going to come a place, there's going to come a time where we'll be talking about heart illness. Not heart disease, the physical heart, but I'm talking about the heart itself, the seat of emotions, where the issues of life flow, the invisible one, the invisible heart, the center of who you really are, the center of where your life begins, the nucleus of your life is in the heart. At some moment in time later on in these lives, even as we continue living, for as long as we are not going to address purpose, we are going to start talking about the illness of the heart, the invisible heart. But today, at the center of this mental illness campaign and mental health awareness, there is the heart that we shouldn't ignore. Why? Because the issues of life emanate from the heart. Each heart has an individual thing that it's connected to, that it matters to it. And that thing that matters to the heart is connected to the purpose that you're supposed to deploy. That's why you can be passionate about something that I really don't give a hoot about. And the same thing with you. I can be passionate about something and you are asking yourself, why in the world is he so mad about this? I mean, it's not a big deal. But to me, it is a big deal, because every heart, there's a scripture that says you cannot share the sorrows of the heart, and every heart's joy, nobody can know it. Every heart is unique. Therefore, I do decipher that central to the discovery of our purpose, central to the knowledge of where the issues of life, the things that matter to us, where they are located, they are in the heart, in our seat of emotions. They are where, that's where our universe begins, and that's where it ends. It begins there and it ends there. The question is, how faithful are we? And I know people will start saying, you need to be asking God and so on. Listen, it is God who put that heart there. It is God who formed our seat of emotions, and it is Him who communicates to us through that seed of emotions. I know the mind is supposed to be there, the head is supposed to be there, the brain is supposed to be there, but issues of life, they are intangible, they are sometimes immeasurable. Einstein told us that not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Things that cannot be counted are akin to the heart, they are related to the heart, and therefore his theory of relativity, before it could even become a theory, his heart had to be given to it. I'm talking about Einstein. His heart had got to be given to it and has got to be leaning towards that theory first of all. Because if the heart is not there, I tell you, if the heart is not there, nobody's gonna give a hoot about it. Nobody's gonna give a hoot about anything if the heart is not there. The only thing we're gonna be caring about is our survival, the survival of our lives and our loved ones. That's it. But when it comes to purpose, the heart is connected. There will be no human being, whether they are rich or they are poor, who cared about something that was not connected to their purpose. So I'm asking you this, even as we've been growing up, we've been feeding so much our intellect and not feeding our hearts. The more we feed our intellect, the more we quieten our hearts. But like I said earlier on, our universe begins and ends with the heart. That's why when we are younger, we need to pay attention to the things that we are, number one, gifted at, number two, passionate about. And we need to continue paying attention to number three, the things that we are able to do, the things that we have the capacity to do and to solve. And number four, how we react to crisis. We need to pay attention to those. And I know there will be a place where academics will come in, knowledge will come in, intellect will come in. Yeah, there is a mighty place for that. But the more we silence the unknown, the unseen, the more we silence the heart, the more we are living away and gravitating away from the issues of life. Like I said earlier on, it starts from the heart, it ends with the heart. How does it end? When you are on your deathbed, the last day of your life or the twilight of your lives, you will be reflecting. And you know what's going to come back? Nothing new. Nothing new. The same thing that was on your heart at 13 years of age. The same thing, the same passion. the same disposition, the same thing that mattered to you when you were 13, that's the same thing that's going to come back to your heart. To find out what you did with it at 75 or at 78 or at 60 and so on. Guide your heart with all due diligence, because out of it they flow the issues related to life. The head is there. Learn to balance the head. But I think every single day, maybe every single week, we all must go back and access our hearts and try and find out what is it saying. Is there despondency in my heart? Is there desire in my heart? And then is there joy in my heart? Those three things, those are the catalysts, those are the things that we need to look at. The pendulum is swinging from despondency on one end, coming to the center of joy, to the center of desire, and then swing on the other end, the angle of joy. That's how the pendulum of the heart is going to be swinging in our lives at different moments of our lives, even as we keep on living. Find out what it is, and when you do, take note and act, because from the heart they flow the issues of life. Tomorrow we'll continue discussing this. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.